Good morning. I'm Representative Jerry Hurtas from Minnesota. I'd like to thank Indiana for hosting this occasion, historic occasion that it is. Our state representative and Speaker of the House, Paul Thiessen, appointed myself and Representative Raymond Dean from Minnesota back there, and we also have State Representative Cindy Pugh, legislator from the same district that I serve, is a guest as well.
Good morning. Missouri has 4 appointed delegates here today. Representative Mike Moon over here, who was at the original Mount Vernon Assembly. State Senator Jason Holzman back here to my right, who is also at the original Assembly. Jason's from Kansas City. Mike Moon is from Ash Grove, and Senator Wayne Wallingford from Cape Girardeau, and I'm Ed Emery from Lamar, Missouri.
I'm State Senator Bill Kittner from Nebraska, and I am a state senator in the legislature, not the state senate. And I am a guest here because our speaker doesn't have the authority to appoint anybody. We take a resolution, and if we're going to do a resolution, we're just going to do the enabling resolution. So that's we're only going to have one vote on this. We're not going to fight it twice. So thank you. And I'm the only one here.
Jordan Ullery from the largest House of Representatives in the country, 400. And for 400, you get one. Our Speaker nor our President thought it was appropriate to appoint anyone, so I'm here as a guest. But New Hampshire did get through a balanced budget amendment in the previous term. And we even attempted to get one through this term. We'll see what happens. Thank you.
All right, thank you, representatives and senators. All right, next on the left podium, representative from New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, and Oklahoma on the left, and on the right, Oregon, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Tennessee, please.
Greetings from New Mexico. I am Senator Cliff Pirtle. I was nominated by our pro tempore, Mary Kay Papin. Today we have with us Representatives Yvette Harrell and Paul Bandy, and they were nominated by the Speaker of the House, Kenny Martinez. Thank you.
Greetings from North Carolina, which we know is, of course, highly favored by God because, of course, the sky is Carolina blue. But I'm here with my colleague, Representative Chris Millis, and I am Representative Burt Jones, and we were appointed by the Lieutenant Governor. And it's a pleasure to be here in another portion of God's country. Senator Long.
Ohio. Go ahead, Ohio. Oklahoma.
I'm Bill Patman, State Representative, appointed by the illustrious Speaker of the House, Bill Batchelder, who is both Matt and I. He's both of our bosses. So it's good to be here. And of course, Ohio is God's country.
And I'm Bill Coley, State Senator from Ohio, and I'm here along with our Senate President Keith Faber, who will be here later. He's detained in Columbus on business. And we also are blessed to have our good friend, State Representative Margie Condit, here with us today.
Very good. Oklahoma.
State Senator Rob Standridge. I was here appointed by my President Pro Tem, Brian Bingman. Also here, if you have a question about Oklahoma, though, you need to ask R.C. Pruitt or Representative Gary Bands that are here from Oklahoma as well. Sure appreciate Indiana having us and look forward to the conversation. Thank you.
Oregon.
Representative Judd Matheny from Tennessee. I was appointed by the Speaker of the House. I have with me Representative Sheila Butt, who's also represented or was appointed by the Speaker of the House, and she's an attendee of the first session in this past year. And I have Senator Brian Kelsey with me and Senator Mike Bell, who was also at the original Mount Vernon Assembly, and he was appointed by the Lieutenant Governor of Tennessee.
Good morning and greetings from the great Palmetto State of South Carolina. I'm Representative Bill Taylor, and I was appointed by Speaker Bobby Harrell. 2 other delegates are to be here. They're not here yet. I hope they do arrive. Representative Anderson and Senator Verdon. So hopefully there'll be 3 of us. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm State Representative Jim Stalzer from South Dakota. I was appointed by Speaker Brian Gosch, as was Representative Isaac Latterell. Also representing the South Dakota House, we have Jenna Hager and Chip Campbell, sorry, former employee. And we also have Senator Dan Lederman, who was appointed by the President Pro Tem Corey Brown for the South Dakota Senate.
I'm Representative Paul Workman from the state of Texas. We're a small state, so we could only afford to send one of us. But we're glad to be here and hope to be able to add something to the discussion. Thank you.
Greetings from Utah. I'm Senator Wayne Niederhauser, land of the Red Rock and the greatest snow on earth. We have a number of delegates here today. I appointed myself. I'm President of the Senate. I also appointed Senator Davis, who was in a car accident 2 days ago. Fortunately, he's okay, but went to great lengths not to be here. If I could have our members stand, Representative Ken Ivory, who has been appointed by our Speaker, Speaker Lockhart, and then we have two guests here today, Representative Mark Roberts and Representative Lowry Snow.
Good morning. I'm Jim Lemunion from Fairfax County, Virginia. I'm a member of the Virginia House of Delegates, the legislative body where democracy in America started 395 years ago. It's a pleasure to be with you today. It is with joy and sorrow that I can report that a 3-month budget standoff appears to have been resolved in Richmond just within the last 2 or 3 days. So that's the joy. The sorrow is I'm going to need to depart early to make some votes tonight in Richmond after 6 o'clock. But if it goes well, I hope to be back tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning, Representative Kerry Condata from Washington State, sent by Republican leader Dan Christensen. Unfortunately, my colleague who was at Mount Vernon with me, Drew McEwen, Representative Drew McEwen, could not be with us today, but he's still involved in the process, so there will be 2 of us going forward from Washington State. Thank you.
Good morning. It's great to be here near God's country. I'm from almost heaven, West Virginia, one step closer. My name is John Overington. I'm a 30-year advocate of the Balanced Budget Amendment. Representing West Virginia, we also have Eric Householder. Would you please stand? And we have Gary Howell, also from West Virginia. It's a pleasure to be here, as well as having attended the Mount Vernon Assembly.
Good morning, Representative Dave Craig from the great state of Wisconsin, appointed by our Speaker, Robin Voss, joined by Michael Schra from the eastern portion of our state, and Representative Kathy Bernier from the northwestern part of our state, and of course our distinguished co-chair, Chris Capping from southeastern Wisconsin. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm standing between you and work. My name is Eric Barlow. I'm a representative from the state of Wyoming. It's a pleasure to be here. I was appointed by Speaker Lubno.
On the queue, there are representatives from Oregon and Michigan who indicated they would be here today, and I just want to make sure that they're not here, okay? We understand Michigan, it's the state up north, so, and Oregon's a long way away, so that's fine. I did want to comment, and I know the chairman asked me to do this, essentially to thank all of you for being here. I know our meeting in Mount Vernon in December, for most of us, we were attending an NCSL or an ALEC event, and it was easy to stay over an extra day. It's not easy to leave in the summertime necessarily, even if you're coming to a great city like Indianapolis. This is extra work. I assume no one's getting extra pay for this today. You're doing it because you're trying to make a difference. So my personal appreciation, and on behalf of the steering committee for all of you coming up here. One of the things that we need in this movement are more leaders, folks who want to step forward, and usually, you know, leaders means doing a lot more work, but folks who want to step forward and be chairs of committees and take over a lot of the tasks that have yet to be done and need to be done. So think about that over the next couple of days or perhaps a week or so, and about how you can become more involved in the day-to-day and week-to-week work that has to be done.